Hello, this is Adam Henderson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this game, I'll be going over a game I played with this guy, Robert Desimone Jr. I don't know anything about him. He appeared to be somebody that took the game pretty seriously. Um, like he cared whether he won or what lost. At least that's what I meant by that. And yeah, he seemed a little bit intense, but that may have been because uh, we were playing at nationals. Maybe he'd be more friendly if you were playing at like a local tournament. Um, that tends to be the case. I don't have anything else to say about this guy because I don't know anything about him. So let's just take a look at the game. I go first. So I just played Veg here. Pretty boring play. I don't really like playing Veg because it blocks up, can potentially block the top left quadrant. I think in this case with this rack, I didn't really have anything better. He plays crawl. Weird word. Played flange. I think that's a word. It's not a sticky S. I'm just curious why this wasn't in the top. Plays by equity. This just seems like a normal play to me. Um, just out of curiosity, what was it saying was better? Oh, okay, so this scores better, but I have to give up my S for it. I have to keep FL. I'm not sure if I like that. Flank keeps 3 consonants. I don't really like that. Flange keeps ST, which is, yeah, I think I like flange better than these other plays. Okay. ST is a really strong leave. Let's see how strong that ST actually is. It's like almost 10 points, where if like FL is probably got to be like negative something. -2, yeah. So it's like a 12-point difference. So by equity, flange actually scores like 23. I actually think I really like ST, keeping ST in this position early in the game. The crawl hook, the S hook on crawl is really important in this position, I think. So he plays Forma. Let me just double check where this plays from my photo. Let me just double check this is an actual word. It's not. Okay, a lot of times, especially if I don't really know whether my opponent plays phonies or not, I just give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that it's somebody that doesn't play phonies very often. But yeah, this is a tricky phony. Don't really expect 1,700 players to play phony 5-letter words, but I guess it happens. A lot of times when a 1,700 player plays a phony 5, it's not even because they're like, they know it's phony. It's like they're getting mixed up. Because it's pretty risky at that level to play phonies, especially like a 5-letter phony. So he probably thought it was a word when he played it. And I didn't even hold the play because I was like, I don't know, I just wanted to continue with the game. I had the Z. Other than the V on my rack, it was a pretty decent rack, so I didn't want to screw up the game by getting a blown challenge on something. I had no idea whether Forma was good or not, so I wasn't gonna like deliberate on it because I knew I wasn't gonna challenge it. Um, uh, but hey, if you're if you're one of the Portland players, like I played in a disastrous tournament, but like what you have to understand about those Portland players is they're so fucking good. Uh, Particularly Carl Johnson. Like Nigel Peltier told me, because I played in this tournament last Saturday where I went 1-5, lost 30 rating points, and Nigel was telling me, because my first game was against um, Carl Johnson. Nigel was telling me that Carl, like, maybe in a spreadsheet, but somehow, whether it's in a spreadsheet or not, he keeps track of like how how long it's been since somebody's gotten away with a phony against him, and and Nigel was telling me that he told Nigel that it's been like a long time since somebody's gotten away with a phony. In my game with Carl, I won't actually like analyze those games because there's. I actually went over it with ChatGPT and like, because I was like kind of a little bit down on it, and like the conclusion that like ChatGPT came to was basically, um, it's not really useful, um, to even analyze those games because uh, and I had that same thought. Like, it's not really useful to analyze those games because uh, I was not drawing blanks, and I was playing what would normally be pretty good phonies that I would normally get away with against the type of players I normally play against. Like against Carl Johnson, I was in a position where I could play Relisher or I could play um, something else that's not a bingo. I decided I'd just play Relisher because Carl had just bingoed himself and was up like 80 points or something like that, maybe even more. And I was just like, okay, I have to just play this because like I don't see myself winning if I just like continue to be like 100 points down early in the game. So I tried Relisher. He challenged it off, and it's just like, to me, I think most players would find Relisher to be a pretty tough phony to go after. ChatGPT agreed with me. I asked ChatGPT on the two phonies that I was interested in, Relisher, and ChatGPT said it gave it 7.5 out of 10 stars. And then later on, I tried Unfanged against, in my last game against Steven Alexander. And Steven Alexander is another one of those people that you don't want to play phonies against because he's just so strong on his word knowledge. That's probably something that he's particularly strong on is his word knowledge. I'm curious how Steven studies, but yeah. Um, I didn't get away with Unfanged. That one I had a blank early on in the game and tried Unfanged. To me, I thought it made sense because there's a lot of words that follow the pattern of, and I think most of these words come from the book that I'm currently studying for my work on the dictionary committee. It's the Funkin' Wagnalls. There's just a whole list of adjectives that follow the pattern that start with un and end in ed, and those words are pretty hard to study because there's just so many of them, and your eyes can glaze over trying to study all the unwords. So I thought I had a chance to get away with it, but he just challenged it immediately. I argued with ChatGPT because ChatGPT said it was only like 5 out of 10 stars for Unfanged, and I was like, I kind of like it because like I was thinking like defanged could be like, you're removing the fangs from, but unfanged could be like an adjective, and I don't know. ChatGPT for whatever reason didn't think it was that good of a phony. Let me know if you think Unfanged is how many stars you would give Unfanged as far as in the comments section. uh, yeah, I don't know. I thought the phonies I played weren't too bad because I think when you play phonies and you get them challenged off, when you reflect on it's helpful to think about how strong the phonies that you played were, and whether you really screwed up or whether it was more strategic in your playing the phony. I played Zeta here for 26. He plays quad. And I actually played a phony and got away with it. Instead of shoveler, I played reshovel, which is stupid. Of course I should have played shoveler. I don't know why I played reshovel. That's just really dumb. I could have gotten challenged and lost the game on the spot. But yeah, like at a 1700 level, you'll still see like phonies like this all the time, and you'll see not only them being played but them staying on the board. It's really normal. I feel like there's quite a bit of a difference between like 1912 or 1900 2000 rated players and 1700 1700 because you'll see this type of thing a lot 1700 level, but not so much at the 1900 and 2000 level. Okay, so he had a bingo coming back, so that's probably part of the reason he didn't want to challenge, and that actually puts him back into the lead too. A little bit understandable. Okay. Carnify did not. That would have been a great play. I did not see Carnify. I played Brainy for 28. He plays Ionize, Hooking Squad. Played Drawn. I didn't want to play Wax here because I figured Drawn was much better just because the X often can be played for a lot of points. So this is only 14 more points. So leaving yourself 4 consonants, yeah, this has got to be better drawn. Giving yourself a chance to draw vowels is, don't underestimate that. He exchanges 7, so I'm going to call that a pass. Picked up the J. This is my racks. I played Jinx. Pretty much easy play there. I don't think there's any bingos in here. No 7s at least. Quite a bit of 8s, but there wasn't any. This was pretty close board, so there wasn't any floaters to play eights. And obviously there was nothing through the E that played. Okay. Yeah, I just played Victor. Easy peasy. Did he bingo? No, he didn't bingo. So yeah, I'm actually in the lead now. Played this great play of Willem. Let's see what my full rack was. I think Willem is gonna be. Oh, actually likes Elmi better. Okay, that makes sense. So Elmi. Oh, okay, yeah, Elmi is better because it's 3 more points. I just didn't see Elmi. Okay. He plays Pug H. Just opening up the board. He must have had a decent rack, so he was hoping to bingo. Oh, I think he had a blank, that's why. But then he picked up. No, I don't know what his rack was. I had way too many vowels. I went with O. I just had to block a little bit. Okay, so he plays off 1 tile. So he probably had a bingo that he missed on that turn. Because in his next turn he bingos with 2 blanks. I have an unplayable Andante. Okay, hold on. Okay, so what happened here was I wrote my rack as Andante, but that must not actually have been my rack. So I don't know what happened here, so I don't really know what my actual rack was. Because there's only 1 in left. But in any case, I played Gene. It probably was the best play anyway. For whatever rack I had. He plays Carotid with 2 blanks. So you could have done better with the Oviduct. That actually brings the game to really close. Okay, yeah, so he was 2 points ahead. At this rack, there's no playable bingo. I just played ducked, which I think was fine. And he goes out with his best play that he can make, which is moat. And I won 370 or 3. I won 381 to 376. We did a recount, and so yeah, that was this game. If you have any comments, put them down below. This wasn't the most interesting game, but thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.